Louise Miller was part of the Shannon troupe. She recalls her experiences with the Shannons. It was the 1920s, and I had just returned from my second year at music school in Cincinnati. I was trying to decide if I was going to go back for a third year, but instead, I fell in love and ended up in show business with the Shannons. I was part of the Shannon troupe. We had called the owner and said we didn't have anything lined up for work, and he said, "Well, you might as well come with us." And we did, and we went south. The Shannons came from the East and played theaters in the East, but they liked Ohio and bought a house here in Wapakoneta. Their house was on West Auglaize Street, and back then, that was known as a snooty street. There was Harry and Adelaide Shannon and their children, Harry Jr. and Hazel. Harry was known as the Colonel. He didn't act much, but he did take care of the money. If anyone disagreed or got in an argument over something, all they had to do was say, "Now, Harry," in a whiny voice, and he would settle the dispute in an agreeable way. He had a temper, but it took something really big to see that temper go flying. Adelaide, his wife, was short and heavy-set, but boy, oh boy, could she play the piano. And she wore this wig with knots and knots on top of it. When she got mad, she would pound on the piano, get up, and storm off. But both Harry and Adelaide were really nice people. Hazel, their daughter, was already off to bigger and better things when I joined the show. She was very talented and was off with some bigger companies in New York. Harry Jr. usually played comedy. He was also a drummer and would do all sorts of crazy tricks with the drumsticks. We would learn 5 short and simple plays a season. The plays were about nice, simple, common things. We played to the common people. Most of the time, we stayed a week and did a different play a night. And we never had anyone walk out on us. We played homey things. One night, I might be a heroine, and the next night, I would be the bad woman. The Shannon troupe consisted of 8 principals or leads, and then a couple of others sometimes if we needed them. The extras would make only a line or two, like, "Yes, sir," or "Shall I go, sir?" And then they were off, not to be seen again. We rehearsed in a big tent in the Auglaize Street backyard. That was the same tent we would take for our summer tent tours. We played in theaters in the winter, and we were very well received everywhere we went. The people in Wapakoneta liked the Shannons. The Shannons were folksy people, and they did a lot for Wapakoneta. They helped with any plays the schools or lodges were putting on. Their expertise was offered in a way that didn't offend the people of Wapakoneta. The Shannons were famous, and that didn't hurt Wapakoneta either, but they were good people who blended right in with the people of Wapakoneta.